Yo, we are back, man. Producergrind Podcasts.
Let's get it. BoneCollector.
BoneCollector in the building, man. This is a post-COVID special, man. We haven't done a podcast since February, man.
Okay. I'm on all.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, pulling up, and it's dope to have you back, man. The first guest, like I said, pre or post-COVID, man.
Let's get it.
I know you guys noticed we don't got JB and Carrington with me today, but they're practicing safe social distancing, so once this is all over, they'll be back. The boys will be back. But yeah, man, let's get right into it, bro. Like I said, man, dope to have you. Definitely heard. We've talked a little bit. Definitely heard some inspiring things, and definitely want to get to your story and stuff. But just to highlight, man, this guy is a multi-platinum producer. Co-produced, most recently co-produced Hot Girl Summer, Megan the Stallion. Co-produced it with Juicy J, right?
Yeah.
Co-produced with Juicy. Ty Dolla $ign, Chris Brown, City Girls, Kodak. What'd you do for Kodak?
Kodak, actually, Kodak, it's unreleased. It's unreleased. We haven't, it's not released yet.
It's not released yet.
Yeah.
Or free Kodak, man.
Free Kodak.
Don't mind me, man. It's 9 p.m. out here. It's midnight, It's usually past my bedtime, I'm not gonna lie. Because I get up early and I drink my coffee and stuff. But we tried it. Me and shout out to Leno, man. Leno's over there. We tried to hit Starbucks, man. My girl, usually we hit Starbucks and stuff, but they were closed, man. But anyways, man. So yeah, man. This is a little awkward. This getting back into it. It's not you though. It's me just getting back into it because I'm so used to the morning show now. You know what I mean? Which it's a little bit more of me just talking my shit in the beginning, but it's dope to be back, man. So you were born in the Ivory Coast, moved to France, and that's where you grew up predominantly. But man, tell me about, what kind of things were you like, growing up before you even got into making beats and stuff like that?
Before making beats, I was heavy on hip hop. Like I'm a big fan of hip hop, listening hip hop, big listener, collecting albums.
What was big out there? Like what kind of hip hop? Who was big out there?
At the time, I was listening to some stuff from from US. When I was in Ivory Coast, me and my homies were really heavy on Rough Riders. Like Aftermath.
Hell yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, we're heavy on Eminem, 50 and all this stuff. Yeah, Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
Did those guys ever used to come out there? And are you talking about in France or are you talking about in the Ivory Coast?
Yeah.
Did they used to come out there and do shows?
Some come.
Some of them did?
Yeah. But it was more like French people, French rappers who come to do shows in Ivory Coast, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because you were saying it's a French-speaking country.
Yeah.
It's a former French colony.
Yeah.
Got you.
But some came, some came.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even Michael Jackson came over there. Back in the days, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Back in the night, like
back in when it was big.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike, man. That's the GOAT right there.
The biggest, man.
He's big out there in Africa.
Yeah.
Really all over the world, really.
Mike, man, is Mike.
Right.
I saw documentaries that went to like Indian deep in the US, South America. They went in a deep jungle and they asked, "Do you know Michael Jackson?" I said, "Yeah, we know him."
They're just like in a hut or somewhere, be like, "Yeah, man, we know Mike. What are you talking about?"
So I think they show like a video of like, as they say, "Oh, it's Mike." Yeah, some stuff like that.
That's crazy. I gotta look that up. That's crazy, man. So, yeah, how did you get into making beats? Were you still in Africa or?
No, I was in France.
Okay, we'll talk about then. How did you? What made you move from Ivory Coast to France? Abidjan. That's the city. The city.
Yeah.
And what's the country called?
Ivory Coast.
Oh, it's a country called Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just like the.
It's West Africa. But the name of the country is Ivory Coast.
Oh, got you. I thought that was like what they called the whole coastline, like like the region or something. No. Got you. Damn. Man, my bad. But so you grew up in Abidjan, and how old were you when you moved to France?
15.
15?
Yeah.
And what made you move out there?
School.
Where?
Yeah. School, yeah. Over there. So I went over there. And then I was like deep into like, music, and it was natural, like, and I remember like I was heavy into instrumental. I like to download instrumental.
Okay, yeah.
Just to to vibe and at some point I don't know I begin to have like ideas of beats and everything.
Okay.
But I didn't know how to make beats. But I already have like, oh yeah, I have this sound. If I wish I would make beats, I have this beat in my head I want to do, but I didn't know how to make beats. And I met the big brother of my best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to my boy A Fizzle. So yeah, I met him and he introduced me to FL Studio.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I from then I began to to make beats. It was trash, but at the beginning. But
so you said you before we started, you said this was around 2008 when you started making beats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right around the time I started. So like when I was making beats, I was kind of like, my influence was, I feel like music, like the influence was everywhere because it was more regional, like, because I'm from New York. So like, it was definitely influenced to try to make like, New York, like Dipset, even like boom bap type stuff. But then, it was like also like, remember they called them Dirty South beats back then, you know what I mean? I was trying to make Dirty South beats, crunk beats and stuff like that. And it was just like, I never really knew like what path I wanted to take. But I guess my question is like, was it the same for you, or did you have a specific kind of beat you were making?
Yeah, at the beginning I was heavy onto. It was like
Could you come a little bit closer?
I was heavy onto Dre.
West Coast type stuff,
Dr. Dre.
That was another one, yeah.
Yeah, I was heavy onto that, and after I began to listen to Gucci Mane and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So after Ojo the Juice Man,
yeah,
I was hooked. I was like, yo, like I was listening, trying to Drummer Boy. Drummer Boy is one of my favorite show they read too.
Yeah.
So I was heavy influence on the sound.
Yeah.
So when I was in France beginning to make beats, it was really like this sound that was, you first when you begin, you want to emulate the sound first.
Right.
You're always trying to, like what you were doing.
Hell yeah.
And after I found my groove on this sound. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dirty South / becoming trap beats.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yo, so like what so Gucci he was big in France like back then, or were you kind of like
actually no, it's just me and my friend, my main friends were in the US.
Oh, gotcha.
My homie, my main friends were like in the US, so they were like, oh yeah, this guy, you're gonna love this. And soon I heard, I was like, yeah, I love this.
That's all right. Would you download it on DatPiff or some shit like that?
Yeah, DatPiff, yeah.
Facts, shout out to DatPiff.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. DatPiff. Yeah.
Dope, man. So when you started making beats, like what were you doing? You just making them just for yourself? Were you rapping? Did you have friends that rapped, or what were you doing?
I had some friends who were like my friends who were in San Antonio. So I was making the beats and I was sending them to be like, and they were like rapping on it. And one day it was really early on. Soon I began to make, it was kind of, I don't know, I felt comfortable already. Like I had a good teacher. And so my homies, they released like a track on World Star Hip Hop at the time.
Okay.
And it went viral at the time. It went really big.
What was the name of it? What was the name of it?
It's, Orange, White, and Green. It was the name of the track.
Okay.
And it went really big on World Star Hip Hop, and DJ Smalls at the time.
Yeah.
He hit my homies.
Southern Smoke.
Yeah, to do like a tape. So I made me and my friend, a guy named Giman, we made like the whole tape for them, for my friends. Right. So it was really local stuff. It was really San Antonio. It was really some local shit. It was not really big.
So you said he was in San Antonio, and you were
two of my friends.
Two of your friends.
Yeah, they were rapping on my beats.
So what did you just meet them online or something like that?
No, we were in school in Ivory Coast.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so by doing that, it was like a little really training kind of,
Okay.
Yeah, for now. For my whole career, like it kind of put me in the zone of how the game, the underground game is kind of working in the US.
Okay.
And after this episode, like I kind of there was some little issue happened, and the group, the two guys didn't pursue music, so they stopped. So I put my focus on France.
On the French scene.
Yeah.
And what's the scene like out there in France?
It's a big scene. It's a really huge scene. It's the second after the US. It's the second biggest scene in hip hop big scene. Yeah. So there's like
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of the scene is really, really big. Mm-hmm.
Got you. So I mean, shoot, what is France like? I guess I just picture France as like this just really like nice luxury place, like Louis Vuitton stores everywhere. You got the Eiffel Tower, people eating spaghetti, croissants, and stuff like that.
There's the hood too over there.
Is it what?
There's the hood.
Is a hood too out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's like Paris. Me, I was like first when I came over there, I was in the south of France.
Okay.
It's a city called Toulouse. And yeah, there's like, people like, there's like the hood over there, people rapping about drugs and shit.
Yeah.
Same, it's like the same as here. Like,
the same as out here. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, shit, there's nice places and hoods everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were out there, it wasn't college because you said you were only 15.
I mean, I spent like it was right. I spent a long time,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I'm saying, like, is it typical to like move for like high schools, like out there?
Yeah,
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you study like, what do they call it? Like trade school? Is it like a trade school kind of thing? Like, were you studying a trade or was it just regular school?
No, it was regular. Mm-hmm.
Regular school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and then you ended up going to college too.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you go to college for?
IT.
IT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah.
Was that like was that like your main goal? Was it a fallback plan or?
I didn't have a goal at the time. I just because I was good at programming and stuff like that.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
What type of stuff? Like
C++ and all this stuff. Mm-hmm.
Dude, we gotta make a VST. You know how to code VSTs?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I saw some document how to make it, but I don't want to. I like to make music. I don't want to program stuff.
Damn, we might have to get you. There we go, bro. Me and Lena were just talking about like, we're like, man, we got to find someone to make a VST. We could go crazy.
Yeah.
Make like the next Omnisphere or something like that. So now the only reason I ask because there's a lot of producers that tune into this show that are like kind of in that phase, like like they're like I'm gonna go to college because it's just like either it's what their parents expect them to do or it's just what society.
It was kind of that, yeah.
Society expects. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, it was that. Yeah. I was good at it, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and it's good for what I'm good at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was good at drawings too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. But my parents were like it doesn't pay bills. I wanted to go to Japan, draw mangas and stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, but my parents were like,
What's you into anime and stuff?
I used to, now not anymore. Not
anymore.
really. Yeah, I just watch some old stuff. I used to like.
What was your favorite one?
Dragon Ball, Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Yeah.
You ever seen Death Note?
I heard about it. Like
that's about the only one I've seen. Death Note's fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I like sometimes when I make beats, I like to put Dragon Ball in the back.
Yeah,
I like
a lot of producers like Dragon Ball, man. They get on me because I'm like, bro,
you don't like Dragon Ball?
I don't like Dragon Ball.
I'm leaving.
He's like, that's what everybody says. They're like, bro, how could you?
What? It's the best like ever. Like,
I don't know, man. Like when I was a kid, bro, and it would come out like because Cartoon Network, it would be like during the day and stuff. It'd be like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, but then it would turn to Toonami. Remember Toonami? You remember Toonami? Toonami, that's what it was out here. And I just remember it would be like Dragon Ball and Gundam and all those shows, and
yeah.
I'm like, bro, I wasn't feeling it. I don't know.
Drum Ball is for me the best.
They're gonna get on me in the comments.
Gonna get out here,
Watch,
man.
they're gonna go crazy in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's dope. So I mean, shit, you wanted to be an artist and stuff like that. So it's definitely clear that you were into creative stuff and art just in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really this is my thing. Yeah, mm-hmm. Like I'm good at Photoshop and all this type. So I like to do covers sometimes for my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with cameras and stuff. I like to at some point I shot some music videos and stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. So wide range of skill set. So with all those skills, like with the Photoshop and video editing and beats, that's like the perfect recipe to like get into online selling beats like that. You never thought about that?
Not really, because I don't know. For some reason, I think it's not for me.
Okay.
It's not for me.
That's fair enough.
I was talking to one of my homie, Cash Money Happy.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, you need to get on. And like, I tried, but I don't know. It's not for me. It's not. It's a really work. Put like song out, organizing YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a work, and this time involved into that. Like I wanted more to put into creating, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, like I like also to make songs. I like to make songs.
Like you write songs too?
I do melodies and stuff, and have like my homies like who do the words.
Yeah.
I like to make songs. So I found but sometimes some people will hit me up. Oh, do you lease? So just sometimes, yeah, like people hit me up. I do.
You do stuff like that? Yeah.
People hit me up, but there is another thing but for songwriters, something called SoundBetter.
Yeah.
SoundBetter. So I'm with my homie songwriter. We're heavy on SoundBetter. Yeah.
Oh, so he's doing pretty well in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, SoundBetter. Like I'm for some reason I'm a producer, but I'm more into songwriting online. So I'm more into SoundBetters and BeatStars or stuff like that.
So it's SoundBetter or something that you said you're gonna get into it?
I'm already.
You're already.
Yeah, for like 3 years already.
Okay, and you're getting like people reach out to you and stuff.
Yeah,
That's dope. Yeah, man. I was interested because someone put me on the morning show, and then we had David Young and Kim. He's on SoundBetter, and he says he gets some mixes because he's a mixing engineer.
Yeah,
and he gets some mixes and stuff like that. But I never really knew because I never really talked to too many people that were like. Or I don't think I even talked to anyone that was like super like they're like, yeah, man, this is what I do. You know what I mean? I do a lot of I get a lot from. So that's dope. So SoundBetter. I know they got a little bit of everything. Like you could sell beats on there.
Yeah, you can sell beats. You do mixing. You know, I engineer mix as well.
You mix as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, people hit me up for that, but usually it's for songwriting. Yes, for songwriting. Yeah.
So what's like your typical day-to-day look like? Obviously now after, Corona.
COVID like killed everything.
So
my whole routine.
Yeah, so I guess let's talk about what it is now and then I'll ask you like what it was like kind of like before.
So basically like I woke up, pray, go to the gym.
Yeah.
I just live across a 24-hour fitness. So I just go there and do my routine.
So wait, they're open now?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I used to.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm talking before COVID.
Oh, before COVID.
Oh, you want after?
well, I guess you're talking about before, so let's talk before.
Yeah,
COVID.
go to the gym.
Yeah, man, they're tripping out here. They don't got the gyms open. Atlanta, man, they got the gyms open.
Man, it's tough right now. Like, I'm suffering because my whole routine is based on, I go over there. Like sometimes I like to go. I don't even play basketball with people. Sometimes I just dribble, shoot, and just to
clear your mind,
clear my mind and everything. And now I can't do that anymore. It's really therapeutic for me. Sometimes I play with people and everything, but I really like to be by myself, my headphones, do my thing. And now no more because it's closed.
Right.
So basically, I used to do that. Come come home, like emails and stuff, and around 2 I will make beats until like maybe 6 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And usually after, like, people hit me up for sessions, like I have acoustic sessions, and with songwriters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes artists. Yeah.
Got you. So yeah, mostly working with. I've heard a lot of people say that working with songwriters is a cheat code. Like,
This is what happened with Old Girl Summer.
Yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah.
Well, tell us how that happened.
Basically, so I was. It's a really funny story. I was in the studio with one of my homegirl who were working on an album.
Okay.
And she signed to she signed to Def Jam, so there was a bunch of songwriters and everything. And at some point, everybody went out to like a smoke break or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was alone with the homie Derek Milano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I knew he was working with Kelani. So I told him, "You have some stuff for Kelani."
Mm-hmm.
Say, "Yeah, play me." So I play a bunch of beats, and I play the Old Girl Summer one, the beat, and it became crazy. So I have this hook, I have this idea,
mm-hmm.
I have this idea on it. We see Drake. I see Drake on the hook. I'm like, yeah, it's like can be fire. Like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So we called the engineer fast, like, because people were like, smoke break. So let's do it quick.
Yeah.
So he laid the hook, and he saw like a IG post of Megan talking about Old Girl Summer.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about it even before the song and everything.
Yeah.
So we used this to make the hook, and we were like saying like a Megan feat Drake. So basically, is what happened. We made the hook and everything, and
so the hook, that the final version of the hook, that's what you guys did right there in the studio.
Derek, yeah,
that's dope.
Derek did it, and after that we what happened? Yeah, we sent it to Juicy J. Juicy J heard it, and he had this 3-6 Mafia the twist to it.
Yeah.
Like, faster, and after I think they sent it to they did the A&R stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
For this part I was not really involved, but it was supposed to be Drake after it's Tidal's hand jump on it. Yeah. And but yeah, for just to come back to this songwriter stuff,
yeah,
it's the songwriter game is the key.
Yeah. So I guess my next question is how do you link with songwriters? But we also got to go back because we kind of skip
we skipped
the big chunk of your story. Like all of a sudden we're talking about the most lit,
mm-hmm.
and we didn't even really talk about how you even got to America. But but first, before we'll go back to that, but give us some gems on like where do you even start to reach out to songwriters? Do you got to be in LA? Do you got to be in the scene, or is it something you can do online? Like, what do you think?
Honestly, I think you have to be on the field, like. Usually what I do is like I work with I met randomly. It's really just random stuff. You randomly met an artist.
Okay, yeah.
And you want to work, and hey, I have some beat for you, but in exchange, can you do this little hook for me?
Mm.
Can you do this? Like, I have this idea. Can you do this hook for me?
Because songwriters, they're always looking for beats. Basically, you're saying.
I mean, the songwriters I know from the beginning, they are artists.
Gotcha.
The artist, and I need some, to sell the beats to A&R or an artist, a big artist. You need like a hook for the vibe. It's more professional, just by instead of just sending beats.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Not to cut you off, like so I mean that kind of makes sense. So a lot of songwriters like are trying to pursue being artists themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But they also realize that they
mm-hmm.
can make some money and they can build relationships
mm-hmm.
and get in the game through just writing these songs for bigger artists and stuff too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess there's some pretty interesting ways to think about that as far as like just when it comes to the relationship building with these songwriters and stuff like that.
So I studied kind of, like all the big doers. Dre was doing that. Was all the big were doing PDD, Pharrell. Like I just from what I read in the interview and the documentary I saw, I just tried to, recreate. Yeah.
Yeah, recreate those steps.
And yeah, I at the beginning I didn't really know about the industry, but I was kind of, trying to replicate what I was seeing.
Yeah. So now that you're in it though, is it a lot different than what you thought it was, or would you say it's the same?
I mean, it's less glamorous, It's like because you have to sometimes the vision is different. It's a work. It's a work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about working, right? Yeah. I guess.
Sometimes it's working. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes the artists are complicated. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes they don't even need hooks. It's just like the beat.
Yeah.
So, but you have to come ready. Like when you meet an artist, like, oh, I have this. Okay, I have the beat is there, but I have this little hook. Maybe you will like it. Sometimes you will fall in love with the hook. Sometimes it doesn't like it, just like the beat. You just have to, come ready.
And then so that's another thing they're saying too. Like a lot of these artists, like they appreciate when it's not just beats. They're getting like beats with like you just said, like just with like a hook idea on there. Kind of gives them like a better sense of like vision of like where to go versus like just like here's this beat and they got to come up with the vision themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah. Some like everything written. 2 hooks, 2 verses. Some they like some usually singers.
Okay.
They like the whole track done. Pop people.
Yeah.
The pop artists, they like the whole thing.
So here's an interesting question. What would your approach be? Say you weren't in LA, say you were back in France and you didn't really have any relationships, but someone told you, but you knew that songwriters were like a cheat code. You're like, you knew you had to get in touch with songwriters. What would your approach be?
What if I come?
Not just being, because most of the people watching, they're not, they don't have access to LA and New York and Atlanta and stuff. So they might be in the middle of somewhere, some random small city, and all they got right now is their Instagram. What would be your approach to like reaching out to songwriters on IG?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, sometime I did have one. I don't know with who, but I already reached some, or sometimes they reach me. Yeah, so yeah. So I already reached to some songwriters on Instagram.
What would you reach out and just be like, yo, I got beats, or like, yo, let's work? Like, what would your approach be?
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah. Sometimes like when you follow songwriters, you see who's working with. Like, oh, I see you working with these people. Can I send you some? I have some stuff for this. I saw you working with Future. Can I have some stuff for? Yeah, I remember now. Foxy, a guy named Foxy.
Okay.
He worked with Future, and I met. I at the time I didn't even know he was working with Future. I just like his music, and I hit him up. Oh, can we work? Like, and we met and we worked. And after I think he signed with 3 bands after.
Oh, he signed too. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
So yeah, like you can hit him with on Instagram, or you go to a session, you meet people. You ask contact. How can we work? Socializing.
Yeah. Social. It's a social industry for sure.
Yeah, like when you go to a session, even the engineer, everybody, you need to get the number, get the Instagram, or get in touch. Even the engineer, everybody. When you get to, like, this is advice for producer. Get everybody's contact.
Get everybody's contact. Facts. Yeah, because you don't know who's who.
You don't know
who knows who.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
And also everybody. And the woman, sometimes, like, we have people have these tendencies. They go in a room and they neglect the woman in the room. sometimes a woman is the most powerful in the room. She's an A&R. But the thing is, she's like, but hey, it's important. Like, come and, respect the you don't know who's who. I saw some people neglect she's an A&R.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the plug right there.
Yeah, that's the plug right here. Like, people think she's an assistant or something. No, she's an A&R. I saw that in real life, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's real shit. But I feel like sometimes though it can be intimidating because you don't know if that's like, the artist or somebody that's their girl or something. So you don't want to seem like you're like going over trying to talk to their girl or something like that.
Saying hi is just hi.
Just being friendly.
Before the hi.
It's not like you're like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Like,
but usually, like, if you during the session, if you are you have attention, you can tell who is who.
You can catch the vibe. Yeah, you can catch the vibe.
You can know who is who.
Definitely. Word. So yeah, man. Let's get back to your story. Like I said, we kind of skipped over, and I know somewhere along the lines you linked up with Rihanna because you're managed by Rihanna.
No, it was a troll.
It's a troll?
Oh yeah, so some troll shit because it's my
shit.
like.
He said it's a troll.
Well, you see, you believe?
Yeah, because I was like,
some troll stuff.
Like, damn, Rihanna's out here managing producers. That's crazy.
It's some troll stuff. It's just manifestation shit because I want to be. I like her a lot.
Okay.
I want to be involved in, with her, like, in her businesses and stuff. It's just some troll stuff.
Okay, bet. And I heard the keyword manifestation.
Yeah.
And before we started, you said that you had watched the Charlie episode.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie Rocket.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's dope, man. So yeah, and you were saying, so manifestation and law of attraction, man, talk about, what that means to you.
I mean, whatever you have in mind, if you put like in a right way, you can get whatever. You put it in a right way. Like, I believe when it's in 3 levels, you think about it, you talk about it, and you act toward it.
Mm-hmm.
And you always visualize it happen. And if you put like prayers and consistency work into this, you don't know it's gonna happen. Yeah, this is for me. This is what happened for me. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah.
So how long? Like, is it something that you like just? Because I remember you saying it wasn't really something like you never really even knew it as a law of attraction. You said it just was kind of something that you naturally kind of did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because for some reason, when I it went back from when I was in France.
Okay.
And it's a really funny story. There's one of the artists in France named Booba. He's one of the biggest over there.
Okay.
He's for like 20 years, he's dominating everything.
Okay.
And when I began to make beats, my dream was to work with him because he was really into what I was making.
Mm-hmm.
He was into trap music at the time. So I really felt, is this guy who can really, we will vibe together.
Yeah.
But I knew nobody from his team. I knew nobody I knew nobody from his team. MySpace, he doesn't answer. It was at the time. It was back in the days. And one day, I walk in the street. I think my laptop crashed. So I wanted to buy a new one. So I go it was in Paris. There was a Champs-Élysées. And I went to the wrong street. And I had to come back. And when I come back, who I see in front of me?
See Booba.
Booba.
Facts.
I asked him I came to him, asked him for his email and stuff. And yeah, and gave me his next album drop. I had a song on it.
And you were on it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's dope, bro. And a couple things, man, like talking about like, the way things happen and the way God works, the way the universe works, like your hard drive broke.
Mm-hmm.
Your hard drive crashed. Like
my laptop
at first
crashed.
You're like, this is a terrible thing.
This is so bad.
This is terrible. Like life is over.
And thanks God I was the kind of IT, IT touch because if I didn't if I was not good at it, I would think, oh, maybe my laptop is completely dead. But I was able to get like the data from my crash hard drive. I was able to save everything. Yeah. So when I got when I met met him and he gave me the email, I went and I grabbed the laptop, the new one. I went and I was able to put everything like in like,
transferred over.
In one night, everything straight, like FL Studio back and everything.
But what I'm trying to say is though, like, you know, you at first you're just like, bro, this is terrible. Like, you know, it's gonna cost me money. I'm gonna lose shit. But it's like that had to happen in order for you to go to that store, be on your way to that store, and then you said you went down the wrong street, which is another wrinkle to the story, which is crazy. Which ended up with you meeting with this artist that you've been longing to work with and ended up on his album. That's crazy. Was that your first like big placement?
I have a couple one before, but it was not as big because this guy is like
he's like an A-lister out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody wants to work with everybody. I mean, even now.
Dope. And then another thing too, like that I think is important to point out. You said there's three things to it. There's thinking about it, there's talking about it, and then there's acting. Where I feel like most people focus on the first two.
Some people like some people they woke up, they pray, and they sit down.
hop on the Call of Duty.
Bro, you have to. You know,
they're like, nah, bro, this M's coming. This M's coming, man. Chill's coming.
Yeah, you have to find, you have to plot, you have to strategize. Oh yeah, you know, you have to. Yeah.
Even if at first you're not like making steps in the ultimate direction, it's like at least you're acting like, you know what I mean. You're making steps. It's like you're gonna learn as you go. You're gonna learn what not to do, what to do, but you don't know until you start acting.
Yeah, and yes, it's like that. Yeah, sometimes you just have to follow your guts. Follow your guts about that again.
Definitely,
manifestation is really powerful, and I really like the shout out to Charlie Rocket again. What he said, like he was able to put the finger also on something really big for producers or even artists and stuff like that. This manifestation stuff is a lot of like producer. I think now they can like put in, you know, study that.
Yeah. Kind of just open people's eyes to it. Introduce it to people. Yeah. No, definitely.
I think hopefully like, a study have to be made like how like a producer like is able to work with somebody he always dreamed and he didn't even know. And it happened for some reason. I know there's a lot of cases like that.
Yeah.
A scientific study have to be made.
Yeah, right. Charlie, let's talk about it, man. Let's
something have to. He's talking about the quantum
physics. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a name for that.
The Quantopia.
Yeah. The quantum. He write everything down what he wants to happen.
His quantum notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. So a study have to be made regarding that.
Yeah. Yo, his manifestation stories were crazy too.
Yo, him he's on another level of manifestation. This guy.
Yeah, he's like a sorcerer in there, man. Like,
he's
fired.
Yeah, just
a master.
And like when a lot of crazy manifestation happen, people begin to hit you up like, how you did that? How you know? Are you like I heard somebody already hit me up like if I'm a Mason or Illuminati or something. I said no. Like, you just have to believe in work. Like it's all about that.
Yeah. And it's not no evil shit. Like, you know, you mentioned God a few times, so it seems like, you know, you mentioned praying and stuff. So it's not like, I'm sure you're not praying to the devil. You know what I mean?
Clearly not.
Or doing voodoo trying to get these placements and stuff.
Clearly
like that.
not. No.
No, definitely. He said, "Damn, people think he's Masons." And
so some like people were saying I was a man. Like, are you a Mason? Like, what?
People you know, or just like people trolling?
Some people I know.
Damn.
Yeah, because they saw me like when I came, you know, I knew nobody and stuff like that. And after like I'm with like people see me with Sweetie or City Girls and or Megan.
So they just automatically jump to, oh yeah, he sold his soul. He's Illuminati.
Yeah, like Nikki or stuff like that. I'm just from nobody, and now there was some conversation like that. People hit me up. Yeah, oh, I've done that. How did I do?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. That I'm sure that shit had to make you be like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, because it's just work. It's just like be like there's no coincidence. Like you sometimes like you work with the good people and you are the right it's the right moment at the right time. Good email, the good beat.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And keeping those positive vibes, like
exactly. Yeah, it's really important. Yeah.
Positive thoughts. Yeah.
Really important.
So you're working out in France. You're getting some placements and stuff like that. How'd you get to America?
I just at some point at the time, I was back and forth between France and I was in the south of France after I moved to Paris.
Okay.
And after I was back and forth between Paris and Miami.
Okay.
First, I came to see one of my homie who was living there, so I came to see him.
Oh, he's living in Miami.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Jay Bizzle. And yeah, like, and from then, running around the city. One day I was we went to a strip club, the K.O.D. It's closed now. We met Hayes Hood DJ, a guy named DJ Fat Boy. I saw he had who's the best chain.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. Oh, yo, like I'm from France. My name is Bone. I see where you have who's the best. Are you affiliated and something? I say yeah. And I told him that I make beats and stuff. I say he took my phone, and yeah, he put me in a zone with Hayes Hood after, yeah, and we begin to work. But it's tough because I was back and forth. I was on holidays, you know, so I was still in school.
Okay.
So it was tough. Mm-hmm.
So did you ever get some stuff? Did stuff ever come out with
With Hayes Hood? It wasn't released. We did a couple of songs, but it wasn't released.
Okay.
It didn't came out.
Shit, that's still dope though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to put the shit together, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, one holidays I came back. It was, I believe it was the third time when I came back. The DJ Fat Boy had the issue, and I couldn't reach him, and it was my link to Hayes Hood, and unfortunately, like my link was broke. I couldn't reach Ace, stuff like that, and I was like, like the musicians out in Miami, I was like kind of fuck it, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after I began the next holidays I had, I wanted to I have one of my homegirl from Miami. Actually, she was in LA, and I was like, oh, maybe I will go to see her, and I will see LA and everything. And I came to visit 3 weeks, and I saw the vibe, and maybe like 1 year after, like I decided to come to stay here.
So you finished college out there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I decided to come and yeah, to pursue the career here. Mm-hmm. I was a little bit over the French rap industry.
You said you were over it?
Yeah, I was kind of over it, yeah.
Why you say that?
Because my music, I don't know, it was a mix of a lot of stuff. I was working with this artist. I was helping develop her. At the time, it was in France.
Okay. Artist development.
Yeah, and she did like a big single. She did like a big single. It was huge over there. Okay. And after that, like I was in a weird zone. I felt like my music was always the same people I was working with. Always the same people I was working with. And one of my accomplishments over there was for this girl to be famous, to be successful, not famous, successful. And we made that happen, It was a long process. And I was I wanted something new. I I want to work with people in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make that like some big stuff over there.
So your placements and stuff in France, because I know a big problem out here is like, you know, obviously producers getting paid and not getting paid on time and stuff like that. Is it the same out there, or were you getting paid good for your stuff out there?
Over there, unfortunately, it's not the big. It's not like it's not big amount as here. It's a little bit less.
Smaller market,
It's smaller. But if you have like a good, like here, if you have a good team, if you have good people around you and everything, it's smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you said Booba, he's a big artist. He's still a big artist out there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up his Spotify, man. I love doing research, man. How you spell it?
Booba. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? My internet's not working. But I'm gonna do some research later. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
So when you oh, here we go. Let's see. I always like to look at people's monthly listeners. That usually gives me like a good gauge.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
2.5 million. So yeah, songs with 24, 40 million, 32 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah, that's really big.
Mm-hmm.
Is that any raps in French, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
American too, or English too, or just French?
First French, but he does a lot of featuring with American artists. He did some with 2 Chainz, Future. I forgot, but he worked a lot with.
Yeah, but it's crazy because those are like songs that you would never even hear out here, but they're big out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, but him, yeah. There's a lot of like big artists like him over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. So when you decided to move to LA, like, did you already have relationships out here, or were you just kind of just like, I'm just gonna take a leap of faith?
No relationship, nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Yeah, so that's big right there. So you literally left a space where you were I'm sure you were kind of comfortable because you were working with big artists and stuff like that. And you're like, no, I'm going to put all that down. I'm going to just go out here and just see what happens kind of thing.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah. I just had a vision. I don't know. I already saw myself successful.
Yeah.
So I was like, my guts was telling me, this is what you have to do. Yeah. And I just followed it. It was a little bit tough, but I just trust myself, you know?
Trust your gut, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it goes back to the law of attraction manifestation.
Yeah, exactly. I just, Mm-hmm.
So what was the first thing you did when you got out here? What year was it too? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember what year it was when you got out here?
2017.
2017. What was your first like what'd you do when you got out here?
I have one of my homie named Hayes. He had like he was working for a brand he helped create called Defend Paris.
Say it again.
A brand called Defend Paris.
Okay.
It's like a
clothing company.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was working for this brand and he linked me with his one of his he linked me with one of his homie over here.
Okay. So
I was hanging out with him, and one day we went to a house of one of his rapper friend. So I began to hang out with him, and we went to a studio on Sunset. I meet the people over there. I take numbers and begin to work with one, meet somebody. It's like a spider web.
Mm.
And while doing that, you meet people around the way, around the road, and I meet some songwriters. Begin to work. He introduced me to an artist, and I begin to create my network like that.
Just slowly but surely.
So yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
So what was your first placement you got out here?
Sweetie. I forgot the name of the track. It's a track called Band. Sweetie, yeah. Mm-hmm. It was my first. if my memory good. Yeah.
How'd that come about?
I did like a. Okay, yeah, I remember now. So yeah, I did like a collab with a producer. I did a collab with a producer, and he sent it to the team of Sweetie, and yeah, that would happen. And after I met Sweetie's team, and Max Goose is the one who handle.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and after he liked my production, and he introduced me to his other artists, and I begin to send beats regularly to Sweetie, and he made me really involved with his development, other development artists. Yeah, so I was working with them in a regular basis. Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Yeah.
So are you big on collabs with other producers and stuff or not?
Yeah, like, I receive loops every day. Every day, people send me loops and everything. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the loop game? Because you said you started making beats in 2008, and like I said, that's when I started. And there was really no loops. Like there was no
no.
Like if you,
but it was different. Like it was more, send me like the FL session.
Yeah.
It was, let me finish. Like this is how I was doing with one of my friends. Like we were like, let me finish. Send me the session. Mm-hmm. It was a zip loop package. It was more like
zip loop
that.
Package. Yeah.
This is how we were doing. But now the loop is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Send me a pack.
Send me a pack. Yeah.
You make loops too?
I do, but I the stuff is when I begin, I have to finish it. I can't really stop at the. Sometimes I do the whole beat and I just export the melody.
Okay.
And I send to some producers and stuff. Mm-hmm. I like to yeah. Sometimes I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's your go-to VSTs when you're making loops or when you're making melodies? I mean,
Arturia. I like Arturia. The whole Arturia suites.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, I love it. It's just the sound is I really like the sound. I like Omnisphere as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, right. Really lately, that's the two where I Xpand, Spire.
Yeah, Arturia. I've never actually used Arturia. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say it's dope. It's real like synth. It's like vintage synth bass kind of.
Yeah.
Kinda like.
Mm-hmm. And it corresponds to what my sound lately.
Okay.
I really love the 90s sound.
Yeah.
The Weekend type of stuff.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot. So it fit my creativity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you're at with it now. Now, so I guess that's a question because on your bio,
mm-hmm.
You say that you really like your sound is like based on like or it was like heavily influenced by
mm-hmm.
like hard or I'm sorry like dark, more like dark kind of
mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you gravitate to that and what made you kind of switch?
I mean, my creative is sometimes it's just changing regarding of what the vibe I'm on. When I began, it was more, I was heavily influenced by the dark trap, really dark trap.
Right.
Yeah, it was that. I was really heavy into that, and after like I was more into like this stuff, and after I began to listen to more Party Next Door, Bryson Tyler, and
mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah, my sound kind of switched a little bit.
Yeah. Is that like for the songwriters that you started working with? Was that kind of like more their vibe too?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And also really important. When I came here, I had to adapt my sound. The sound in US is really different from France. What works commercially in France is really different from what's working here.
Really?
Yeah. So at first I had to understand that. So I had to go to to the club, to the strip club, to see the vibe, what's working, what's
Man had to do some research.
yeah, it's good research. Yeah. So to study, and after you have to come home, download, and you check the sound. Okay, you study like the vibe, and you work on your sound. Yeah, it was my process. It will be different from different producer, but yeah, it was mine.
Yeah. How would you describe the French sound?
It's lately, it's a lot of Afro beats.
Okay.
Lately but there's some old stuff. It's like the style of the what's going on here, but it's used in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do drill out there too?
Yeah. Yeah. Lately the drill movement is big in France. Yeah. Yeah. Really big. Right now everybody doing drill right now. Yeah. Even like some of my homies from French, some artists they ask me for some drill stuff.
Drill vibes. Oh yeah. Oh man. So so you've been out here, working with songwriters. You got some really crazy big placements. Man, just what obviously just dealing with all this quarantine and stuff like that. What's your goals and stuff? Really for the next like year or so.
Right now, honestly, just do the same. Working song like lately. Now the studio are more open, so I work at the studio. But before it was more like email. During the quarantine, everything was closed.
Right.
It was more email and stuff. And
things are kind of getting back more to normal though, like sessions and stuff like that.
Yeah, right? Sessions, yeah, but it's less people.
Yeah.
In a room. I'll do a lot of collabs. Lately, I do a lot of collabs, collab beats and stuff. With I work a lot with Juicy J.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work a lot with him.
What's it like working with Juicy? That's a legend right there.
He's a legend right here. Yeah. I mean, I usually like what I do. Now we work every day we're working. Like I wouldn't make a beat. I will send to him. And sometimes he hit me up, oh, can you send me like the session? And he had these vibes, his 3-6 Mafia vibes on it. And he shop it around, he sent to his people, ASAP Rocky and 2 Chainz. So it depends on the vibe.
That's fire. And
sometimes he hit me up, I'm gonna be in a session with this, we're gonna work with these people. Get ready. So I work on some stuff, send to him.
Super dope, man. Last thing, man. And I love it when we get guests on and they're active on Twitter. I love like asking people about like motives behind tweets and stuff, which I know a lot of times it's just us just talking our shit on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Because I was doing my research. Okay, yeah, this one right here. You said this is a recent one. Never wound a snake, kill it. What's that mean?
Yeah, it was like when somebody cross you, no questions, eliminate. If he cross you one time, he will cross you 1,000 times. That is like the saying, the dog never changed his way of sitting. So this is me. This is just like me. When somebody do something, okay, I forgive, but I never forget. So I prefer to eliminate.
Cut it out. Yeah.
This is what I mean.
Have you ever been crossed like in the music game?
Yeah. I mean, everybody. You, right? Too?
What?
In the music, you making beats, you haven't been...
Yeah. There's, you know,
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's nothing like super, like, nothing's really coming super to mind, but, you know, there's always like, you know, there's a lot of people just on some asshole shit or some weird shit
Yeah.
or just like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
So, yeah. So you have your answer. Like, yeah. Me, I don't like to take too much guess. Like, okay, you crossed out.
Yeah. You usually like if stuff like that happens, you usually more just like distance yourself, or do you kind of like make a big deal out of it?
Yeah, I won't. No, I distance myself. Like there's no way of talking. There's no need to talk. Like it's there.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah. See, it's a little bit radical. You will tell me, but this is how I am. This is how I am. Yeah. It's in music. Like I in the industry, I think I worked so much, and I made a lot of sacrifices to be where I am right now. So I won't tolerate some dumb stuff. Like I work too much to be in this position right now. So I can't tolerate some people playing with my stuff.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So yeah,
it's real. It's real out here. You gotta be serious about your shit. Let's see. Well, another question too. So you said that you have family back in the Ivory Coast. Talking to them, what's it like? What's it like out there as far as like, you know, this whole quarantine and stuff? I'm always interested to hear how
over
other countries
there
are.
In Ivory Coast, the quarantine there's not a big. There's less case than Europe, and
that's good.
Yeah, in Abidjan. But at some point, there was like some, you know, when you can go outside, and you know, there was like from the morning to I forgot the name in English. Sorry, you know, when you are just you cannot after 10 p.m. you can
curfew.
Yeah, sorry,
no, you're good.
So there was a curfew over there. Yeah, but now there's no more curfew.
That's good. In cases and stuff are down and stuff.
Yeah, it's still like it's still low cases.
That's good. That's good, man.
I believe Abidjan is 104 deaths regarding COVID. 104.
That's pretty low. You know what the population is out there?
No, I won't lie. I don't know.
Yeah. But shit, man. I mean, that's definitely a low number. Definitely. You know, hope your family and all that is staying safe and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hustle and prayers. Okay. I see the vibes, the manifestation.
Yeah. I mean, on my Twitter, usually I do some jokes, there's some motivation stuff.
Yeah.
Or some NBA stuff.
NBA highlights.
NBA like you know, talking about basketball. It's that. I don't also music stuff. I don't. Yeah, usually it's based on motivation, NBA, jokes, and I just heard like some lyrics, and I just write the lyrics like.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Is Twitter the best place? I guess is a great way to segue to this. Is that the best place for people that want to reach out and get in contact? Maybe send some loops to you. What's the best way?
Usually, people for loops and stuff is more. People hit me more on Instagram.
Hit you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's just I think your Instagram and IG are the same.
Yeah, everything, website, Instagram, Twitter, everything the same.
BoneCollector X3.
Yeah.
And BoneCollectorX3.com if you want to tap in and learn a little bit more about before you reach out.
I'm working on some merch. I'm working on a loop pack as well. It's almost done.
Dope.
I'm gonna put it on.
Are you gonna put it up for sale?
The first one gonna be free.
Fire. On the website?
The first one gonna be free.
How many are you gonna put in there?
What?
How many are you gonna put in there?
Maybe 50.
50?
Yeah.
50, damn. 50 pack.
Yeah, you know. I wanted to just like lately, like, you know, with the work, you know, with the, it was I had to really sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna do loop because I'm gonna put on my website.
Hell yeah.
And just last week I did like a couple for that.
Fireman, definitely let me know when you drop that. I'll definitely,
sure.
I'll put a link up and everything. Let people know.
Some
that fuck
merch
with
as
us to go
well.
tap in.
Yeah. I designed some cool stuff. Some t-shirts, hoodies, and stuff.
Hell yeah. Check out the merch. Check out the loops, man. Hey, man, we appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Thank you.
Most definitely.
Producergrind, thank you for hitting me up.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Already, man. We got to link back up, man.
Definitely.
Yes, sir, man. I'm out.
Yeah.